A good commander can beat the odds. A great commander can beat the gods in defense of our galaxy, Captain Victory and the Galactic Rangers. Destination hyperspace, the place of God's many mansions, Captain Victory and his Galactic Rangers. Look at us, Captain. Look at the instruments. We've hit a distortion zone. Hang on to your sanity, Clavis, and pass that order to the rest of the crew. At 4 times the speed of light, hyperspace begins to writhe like a reptile. The crew of the galactic battlewagon Tiger is testing not only its sanity, but like mariners of old, the fear of the unknown. Although we're passing through different dimensional stress areas, the ship is holding firm. Five times the speed of light, the slow undulation of the universe becomes an exotic dance, and its vibrations no longer hum harmoniously, but burst into vast choruses, heralding the birth of newer, stranger sights. We're beyond the distortion zone, Captain. We're now faster and cuter. Thank you, Clavis. I prefer my horrors outside the ship. These sights are getting weirder. We're plowing into dimensional sectors our computers can't handle. Don't worry about it. The hardware's doing fine. You can't cuss it for wrestling with concepts that could blow all its circuits. On the other hand, we're taking a beating just watching our flesh twist out of shape. Too true, Captain. However, we're losing that revolting monster look. We're also slowing down to saner speeds. It's tough to be organic in hyperspace. Take over, Clavis. I'm going down to level 2. Sure, say hello for me. If you're referring to our honored guest, it's my intention to drop her off at her home dimension, if we can. Well, if that pile of trapped, writhing flesh really turns out to be a woman, I hope we can help her. Ditto, we owe it to her. Her. Considering the horrors that hyperspace made of us, there's no telling what kind of creature we've been discussing. What does it really look like? What is life like outside our 3-dimensional concept? Terran, are you pulling important duty?
Oh, merely navigating us through the dips and slips of hyperspace. Take command of the ship. I'm joining the captain on level 2.
If you wish it, your worship, your memorable presence, your royal dumb personage. Sure. Take command, run the ship, play captain when you want to be navigator. Watch the goof-ups when your eye is on hyperspace. Captain Terran, news gets around fast, doesn't it? There's a problem in maintenance section 4, sir. I was expecting both you and the problem. At that moment, on level 2 of the dreadnought Tiger. Come in, Clavis. We're both too late. No, this is not the dimensional creature that was trapped in this section. Then what in the cosmos is that? See previous issue for a glimpse of dimensional creature. One of 2 things that was left behind by our guest. She's gone, Clavis.
That's true, Major.
Captain Victory, That thing is talking to me.
This is but one of many abilities I possess that are lacking in your dimension. There's actually no way you can comprehend a true image of my kind.
You seem a bit pretentious to me, but...
No, Major, merely informative. After all, the captain and you have been very kind to me. I must have appeared horrifying to you, exposed as I was in a very unnatural state.
We Rangers are privy to a variety of cosmic encounters.
It was fortunate for me. I was touchy, afraid, but you were tolerant and at times very flattering.
Tell me, is the captain correct? Are you female?
Oh, yes. The captain's vision of women is most supportive and ideal-oriented. That's why I left behind a gift for him.
Yeah, like that handy-dandy little recorder. No, it's not a gag. There is still this to explain. Gentlemen, I wish to make a report. Gentlemen, I took the risk of bypassing channels. Please don't scold me, sir. On the contrary, Encephalo, you are of that species, aren't you? You believe that if I called you egghead, that term would indicate affection on my part. I know that, sir. As a telepath, I also know that you'd like to bribe me with a promotion to private first class in exchange for information. This is what you want. It was most interesting monitoring the woman that was here. She's 8th dimensional, Captain. We're no more than animated cartoons to her. Biological drawings she found quite interesting. Interesting. If it's any help, sir, she found you to be a particularly heroic image, an animated drawing that haunts the cultural of the sensitive. Yeah, the sensitive. Well, Mr. Eagle Flatterer, you've just made the captain feel like small change. By the cosmos, he's a romantic, a classic case. He's in love with her, a woman he can never see nor have, a woman of complexity too incomprehensible for his mind to grasp. Yet we devised a system of communication. Intelligence isn't the point here. The nature of the cosmos and its many levels and twists and perceptions. And did you ever hear of spray gun Laszlo? You explained his function in a previous conversation, sir. He's a very sanitary fellow. Laszlo keeps this ship impeccable. Laszlo is a noble computer of sweeping strength. He battles veritable armies of cosmic germs. He delivers every latrine on this ship from sinister infection with one mighty surge. It's a dream come true, sir, but assisting in a venture of such monumental scope would impede a project of my own. Yes, sir, I've located Quadrant X. You have? We'll buy it. Spill it. He's big, isn't he? Enigma class. Unidentifiable. Something like... Wrong. He's not like your lady of the 8th dimension. She belongs in this cosmos. It's got facets into which all of us can fit. But Quadrant X, he's a Mr. Big, swimming like an Earth shark on the outer limits of our universe. You can sense him, but you can't track him.
I can not only do that, but I can also reconstruct him.
You'll deliver him too, Ranger.
Who but an ingrate would deny Captain victory? Even your 8th dimensional guest couldn't do that.
So, she left behind that thing on the magnet table. An object in our own 3-dimensional image, I suppose. As you say, we're merely animated drawings to her kind.
Biological drawings, Captain. I suspect she may be a fine artist.
Cosmos.
Well, this piece of work may not cause a stir in the 8th dimension, but here in the 3rd, I'd consider it most outstanding.
Stand by, stand by. We're breaking out of hyperspace. The great dreadnought Tiger is maneuvered below the level of light speed and emerges in the darkness of a stationary and orderly galactic quadrant. Nothing much to be seen in this sector, except a few faint stars. There's evidence of a drifting gas cloud, but that's it, Terran. Then, wait! I have expanded the view of that drifting cloud. It's not gas, sir. That's the understatement of the past 2 centuries. Transfer this shot to the war room. Yes, sir. A drifting junkyard of ships. It's inconceivable that it's the work of 4 felons wanted by Ranger Center. Come in, Terran. Clavis and I have been watching your find. All those ships looted, their crews murdered. By 4 crummy galactic criminals? You forget the X factor here, gentlemen. Quadrant X. In fact, I think our adversary has just arrived. You're right.
Security section. Red alert. Red alert. Arm all areas.
Incredible. That thing suddenly opened like some giant galactic eye.
But the enemy is already on the scene. A Ranger dreadnought. What a prize! Finarkin, the Fearless, is ordinarily known as a glory hunter, an expert with a power mace. But this Finarkin strikes with the power of an angry god. A great mega battery gone with one blow. The galaxies will buzz when this work is done. Even a battlewagon is no match for a wonder warrior. And you, Mr. Boastful, are no match for the unexpected. Just look into my eyes, dear boy. Finarkin's fate goes unnoticed. His partners in crime are as eager to accomplish their task as he was. For bloody Marion, the direct approach is the best too. There is no metal maid that is immune to my armored claws. My word, this is an outrageous violation of my right to privacy. Have you no sense of shame? You stupid, babbling mass of tentacles! Turn me loose! 2 of the Rangers' quarry have been taken by surprise, but they represent only half of the Wonder Warriors. This should bring a battalion on the run and leave some post thinly guarded. Seek, and ye shall find. Ursan, the unclean. I don't have to take that kind of insult.
Not even from a Galactic Ranger. Just because my glands secrete a few virulent and unique streptococci is no reason for... Well, you've done it, wise guy. You're beginning to rot. Even if you were able to apologize, I couldn't stop the ugly process. Ugh. When the swell sets in, it rubs my sensibilities raw. It's terrible to be born to the gentry. You'll be dust in a moment, drifting off into the vast night of the cosmos. Farewell, Ranger. The time for further frivolity is at hand. I can tell. My charm and strength are at their peak. Hey, talk about your surprises. You don't need this ladder, Ursan. Just drop in. Carefully. Ursan surveys the hostile eyes surrounding him and mocks them all as he lands among his intended victims. Very well. Be uncivil, if you like, but we few Wonder Warriors can take this dreadnought apart. We're like gods, I tell you. There's Farnarkin the cosmos. There's Farnarkin. They got me too, you nerd. The Rangers are using space weirdos against us. Bloody Marion. Gentlemen, you've accomplished a monumental task. Let me congratulate you, Captain Victory. Let me embrace you as an equal. Yeah, it's known that you are quite a glad-hander, Ursan. He's got the biggest mouth and the filthiest blood cells in a dozen galaxies. Why, that's a terrible thing to say, oh bodiless little freako. I'd be extremely angry if I wasn't so cognizant of your deplorable state. Oh, I'm not that much of a mess. I've got 100 metal hands. I suppose in some strange manner we both share radical life support systems. Sure we do, Pally. No offense meant. Throw me one of those hands and we'll shake on it. I agree, Ursan. Perhaps you've been discriminated against because of your body chemistry. Why, certainly, you perceptive little tin can. Just a bit of crude humor on your part, eh? Yeah, crude. It's kind of difficult to be genteel where I come from. Fact is, this socializing could give a specimen like myself a trauma when he can't feel the hand he's holding is rotting away like... Oh, fortunately, you'll never experience that horrible feeling again. Chemistry, you know. It has beneficial effects, too. By the cosmos, egghead, your idea had more than merit. It was sheer inspiration. I'm quite good at that sort of thing. To think it all began with a rather childish military prank. Spray Gun Laszlo is no prank, and without rank, but his function is necessary to this ship. Yes, sir. However, since you saw fit to accept him as an equal in heroic action beyond his call of duty, I bestow upon you both the rank of Private First Class.
I do this now in view of the fact that we may all be dead if this continuing battle takes a disastrous turn. Wow! I've made PFC!
You cosmic creep. I'm so white, weak, and squeaky clean. What did you do to me?
I was merely playing your own game, Ursan.
I don't play games.
Yes, you do. It's called The Hand is Quicker Than the Eye. See this gadget on my palm? It's a cartridge. A very potent cartridge. You pressed it when we shook hands. When we shook hands, you expected me to turn to dust and blow away. But I turned the tables on you, Snow White, with that cartridge. Its vapors are in your pores, Ursan, in your glands and bloodstream.
Ursan, baby, you're cleaner than any toilet on this ship. I'll get you. I'll get you all. I'll rot the brig. I'll rot the crew. I'll rot this whole Law and Order galactic gumball machine.
Easy, sister. You're not laughing, Rangers. You've got a few of us, but this caper is not over yet, and you know it. We know it. This is the saddest part of the deal, mopping up the toughest of the pack.
The rest of it will be horror. Sheer horror.
Jolt after bone-shaking jolt strikes the Ranger starship. The terror in each blow is a deep and physical manifestation of the ever-present shadow of the unknown. Ha 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 ha! The rest of it is horror, Captain Victory. No, Marion, the rest of it is guts and faith in one's own strategy. Ha 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 ha! Not when that cosmic fetus is out there. Ha 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 ha! It's growing. Into what? The strangest battle ever fought. Coming next, The Voice.